This is it. This is the end. The finals of the UK EU Pro Hero National Championship. Andrew, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. You know why? My favorite deck has made the finals, and I get to cast Luke Quinsee playing this Life Overhaul deck against Liam Chawner's Void Eraser deck, and I couldn't be more excited. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, our grudge match is happening a second time, and my boy's not gonna falter this time. All right, he took down Mike Hardiman. That's okay. Washed up has been. I got a new horse in Liam on this Eraserhead deck. Andrew Holder, you're going down, sir. You're going down.
I don't know about that, but this is our Swiss champ who's made it all the way through the top cut brackets, gets to go first here. And I really like Life Overhaul's matchup into this. We've talked about this before.
True.
We saw it. We've seen it already, right? This is the second Void Eraser that Luke is going to run into. And, we've already gotten here the fist bump and the let's get started. Ham, what do you want to see from Eraserhead as we get this match started?
Build 6. Build six.
Build
6 so Luke never touches him. I wish to be immortal. No, this matchup is going to be wholly decided on what are the cool pieces that Liam can find on their board to stop the potential seemingly unending onslaught that is Luke Quincy's Life Overhaul. It's actually just that simple. Luke is in the driver's seat. Liam is taking it for a ride and is playing defensive, playing this disruptive game. And both of these players are hoping on a repeated-esque line in order to push their offense through.
Yeah, I'd love to see how these players adapt their game plan to each other's strategy with repeated being such a big part of it. And these Eraserhead decks doing a little bit of crazy stuff. It's got all kinds of neat technology going. I think it's really, really cool that both of our characters in the finals here, they have some pretty cool quotes. I'm a lore gamer, right?
Sure.
I'm a lore gamer.
Yes.
Aizawa has said there's nothing crueler than letting a dream end midway. And
Right.
Overhaul said that a goal without a plan is just a dream. And both of these players have made it to basically the biggest game of their time so far, right? Of their time playing the game. This is the biggest game they're going to play.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I mean, we've seen success with both these characters specifically in this season. And again, if you told me that we had Void Eraser versus Life Overhaul in the finals of a Nationals, and you said that happened 2 more times next week and the weekend after, that makes total sense to me. We could easily take a snapshot here of this is what the format looks like. And whoa, huge turn 2. This Rejuve coming in, gain 2, draw 2. My favorite play, playing Rejuve on turn 2, just checking a 5 on it because obviously we're going to.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about how this would be kind of where you expected to be in the finals. That's what tier lists are for. If you care about winning, you got to follow the tier lists.
That's true.
So, and yeah, it's a big start. It is the scariest start in the world, right?
Yeah, it's very, very good, especially like we're getting 2 momentum out of this turn, which means if we're holding a repeated, we've got 6 stats just big chilling for next turn. I for one, like a lot of people have been off of Eraserhead on Void strictly because, like, I know a lot of the unfun kids specifically are like, oh, Void Eraserhead doesn't actually have a real offense. He does if you just play the orange cards, right? And that's what we're seeing. Like, we're coming in with a poke, we're getting 2 momentum. Next turn, depending on how we build and how we check, we could just sling it 3-4 moves that all do something and actually put Overhaul on the back foot, as opposed to where Overhaul wants to be, which is on the front, being in charge.
Hey, Tam, I know Twitch chat and you and Levi and even me a little bit, maybe in the top 16. We did a lot of talking about how slow this Life Overhaul deck can be. That's a vulnerable Eraserhead into the heroic strike back alley Haymaker deck.
True. Very true. Yeah. Our goal here is to block with 1 foundation, hopefully. Are we gonna on turn 3, turn 4, we play the Rejuve Smash. We love it. We love it. High risk, high reward, right? Checking well here puts us in a really great spot. Checking poorly here puts us in a pretty tough, pretty bad spot. It is cool to see these players calculating and seeing what is worth, what is not. But the erase coming through. Hey, no overhaul, no free builds for you, young man.
I think that's where I think that's the correct spot, right? Hey, we don't got our character. You got erased. You got erased.
I looked at you.
Yeah.
Look me in the eyes.
I didn't close my eyes quite yet. They're having a good chuckle about it. It's been a long day for both of these players. They've been at it for about 9 hours. Both of these players have gone to the wire. Liam more so than Luke. Luke at least had a quicker round in top 8, whereas Liam was in there for the long haul against Mirio.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what you sign up for, right? You're taking it to the most prestigious tournament that has existed so far this year, and you decided to take a slow 7-hand size control character, and you're doing well with it, right? Obviously, it's working, it's paying off, but you know, there's got to be a give and take for what matters here. Opting to commit the passing in order to build out some more foundations. 1 more on the 5. Failed the check.
Yeah, but we did have another foundation up there, right? That carbo loading that we built before the rejuve. So it wasn't like the end of the world. I think we were just trying to get some of these cards out of our hand. I see a rejuve and another orange, or a repeated and another orange one in the hand. There's a world where if we don't erase there, Luke really can like commit into an attack string there despite playing that foundation first.
Looks like we have more building happening. Just kidding. It was false. Fake. We've got the rejuve coming in. 7-hand size eraser? Scary. A terrifying monster. 9-hand size eraser? Oh my goodness. A god among men, truly. Just the ability to build out bigger, longer strings, hold better options for block mods is pretty massive here.
And we see pitching a barrier shield for an erase. In the last match you guys just had, that was the card that Brett Pendragon just held on to forever, right?
True. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that we're valuing the breaker a little less, right? Second move coming down, making contact. Now tying up our life totals, essentially, right? 19 to 20. Difference is Orisa gets to be a 7-hander for the rest of the game, and Overhaul is stuck being printed 6, right?
Printed, yeah. I'll give you that.
Hey, I mean, we both got a little draw power happening on our in our decks, so that makes sense. Squeaking out of that turn with an attack dealt, which means we get momentum. And again, a very, very healthy stage. How much push do you think Overhaul's gonna do this turn?
Hey, I'm seeing a lot of orange in the grip. I think that one of the things you can do into Eraser is not let him sculpt, is apply all the pressure you need, make him use those erases. This is Overhaul's out into this matchup. I'm going to hand tax you. Hey, can you really block 6 moves? You only have 19 health.
Right.
And we're a repeated deck. 6 moves on 8 or 9 foundations is not unreasonable.
Yeah, completely. As long as you're not spending your stage using your abilities and you're just spending your stage to pass those checks. If you already have the gas in your hand, there's no reason to draw the bonus ones, right?
Yeah. I see a heroic strike hanging out. We got a lot of stuff here that's going to be, helpful when it comes to trying to commit out this eraser. And yeah, eraser can have all the -2 speed you want, but at some point you do need foundations to pass blocks when you start filling your card pull up.
True. Very, very true. I think we built a Fruits of Our Labors, so we can clear the card pool, but again, that's destroying a ready foundation to clear the card pool. It's not the best option whenever we've got, as you said, 6 attacks coming right at our nose.
We did pitch an erase right away. We're gonna go ahead and try to just get the rejuve. Man, we've seen a lot of rejuves on erase. That's the third
Yeah,
rejuve.
it's the third one. Yeah, just absolutely digging through our deck, trying to find as many pieces as we possibly can. It's funny though because like, Eraser is one of those characters. Wow, second rejuve from Overhaul as well. Hey, you wanted to draw two? I'm gonna draw two as well. I'm in. And both these players, their decks are firing, right? Have we checked a three when it mattered at all?
I don't think so. On a block, we checked a 3 on a block, but like it didn't matter. We were paying for it, and Overhaul and Eraser started building, and then
Yeah.
Eraser did check that 3 on the counter build where we were like really kind of left open, but Overhaul didn't have the moves.
Right. Right. And so, I mean, it is one thing to play this game and have one person's deck fire and the other person not, and you get a little frustrated on both sides of the table. Man, I really wanted your deck to put up more of a fight. It had nothing to do with you, my opponent, but like your deck just didn't cooperate. It's really fun to watch high level players fire on all cylinders when their decks are warmed up, ready to go, checking well, drawing what they want and need. And it truly is just two titans of the game just playing, hey, this is what I think is the best thing to do. This is the best thing to play. I can't overstate how impressed I am with the prepared for battle tech is inside of these decks. It's one of those things that I think I'm going to be putting in a lot more of my lists. Just watching how Luke has been snagging that free momentum in with this card. It's very, very cool.
I love the EX there, by the way. Now we're canceling the EX.
Yeah,
Nice. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. That's another card in the card, but we do have that fruits of our labors. But again, we get into that discussion of, hey, am I willing to debuild myself? And the answer looks like it's yes.
Yeah.
That one leaves the game when it leaves the card pool, but that rejuve will get discarded.
Okay. That is acceptable. Nullify. We saw how potent Nullify was in a previous match with all but the exact same deck. There might be like a single choice or two different between this Eraser and Mike Hardiman's. Going for the block. With a breaker block, I mean, Slammer repeated here. That doesn't feel too bad even through it, but it looks like we're building and no, is this
This is a back alley haymaker.
Sorry, my screen is so blurry from my internet being bad combined with the UK. It's I'm over here looking at ink paintings.
Yeah, we got a big stun 2 on this, and we've been gesturing a heroic strike to the front of our hand repeatedly.
Yeah, what are the chances it comes down if no big interruption play happens?
I'd have to imagine pretty high, right? We're gonna get the stun 2 off here. It's gonna get that guy. I'd have to imagine it's gonna get the keeping Ares safe and probably the gotcha. It could get the manly passionate guy. At this point, we're pretty committed to blocking with erases.
Yeah, I mean, playing a race, blocking of the race, we're going to be running out of some stuff soon. And because we've been erasing so early and we don't get to erase late, it's kind of the perfect time for a sneaky move to come in late in the turn, right?
Correct. Have we not? Yeah, we haven't stun 2'd yet. We're going to get the gotcha here for the -1 speed. And then we are going to use the other one with the keeping Ares safe. A repeated from hand that checks well could. This is scary. Hey, Liam's gonna play as tight of defense as possible. Doesn't want to get touched. Says I don't want to take any points of damage. But
well, the thing is like a repeated from hand runs into the Night Watch a bit as long as we've got an action in our discard pile, right? But again, gets a readied foundation out. I think because of the game plan that Liam is wanting and presenting, I think that as Luke, we're okay with, hey, you got rid of that fruits of our labors, you got rid of that readied Night Watch. I think that I'm okay with this exchange. I think I'm down.
Here's that heroic strike, and now you've got a Night Watch heroic strike, right?
Unless you think there's no more gas, but I mean there is, right?
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of gas actually in hand.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a face down repeated. I think we have to night watch. Yeah. I can't afford to commit those foundations.
Yeah, and we only get the one more block, right? And so we have to imagine barrier shield coming through. Oh, I love this play. We use the barrier shield. Next thing, respond, commit eraser. Let's draw my 2. We have to rip a high block, right?
Correct. Yeah.
It could be a mid block. It could be mid block because we have the unbreakable. But certainly not the position we want to be in. Destroying another foundation? No, thank you.
We're seeing that game plan of just hand taxing coming through here, but Eraser able to find a couple cards. We're half blocking this on a 5.
Yeah, that's the reason we couldn't use it. Check a 3 and then it fails. But we got a breaker 2. We're saying, hey, it's not for 4. It never was for 4. It was for 6 the whole time. Please take 3. We've got repeated coming from stage.
I could see a foundation getting replayed here after the breaker 2. I don't love it, but I could see it happening, right? We check if we check a 3, which would become a 1, we'd have to commit everything, including overhaul. We'd get to rebuy 5 foundations, so the 5 face ups would get readied.
Yeah,
we're gonna go for it.
Looks like we're going for it. I love it. I love it. He smells blood in the water.
Checks a 3.
He checks well. Makes sense to be. Oh, you leave the 3 damage up just in case, right?
You leave the 3 damage up because you haven't used it yet, right? And you know this is hidden.
Yeah, yeah, and it will re-ready itself.
Yeah, you're gonna. Okay, well, you were gonna
unless we're gonna be re-readying 5 different things, responding to the overhaul, re-readying it, play a bonus one as the extra, right?
Looks like that's the plan, right?
That makes sense to me. Why we don't need the damage right now? Have a little bit of insurance. Flip one of our ready foundations, re-ready a bonus. I mean, hey, what's better than re-ready 5 cards? Re-ready 6 cards, you know?
I think the game's over. This is going to take Eraser down to 8. We have a back alley Haymaker on a 10. Doesn't matter what we can ready that carbo loading, right? We need to remember to ready that carbo loading.
Yes.
We play the back alley Haymaker.
There it is.
Commit everything but carbo loading.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're right. As long as we can see that line.
This one's safer. This one's safer technically, but like it lets us leave overhaul up if we check a 3. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this game, right? Because there's no out here for Eraser. Hey, I'll give this 3 damage. And
yeah, he gave it plus 2 damage. Incredible. Luke taking it down, breaking serve. Liam's on his last game in this his last life, his last stock in the EU Nationals.
Repeated is such a nuts card, man.
It's pretty good. It's
Repeated
pretty okay.
Is so nuts.
Yeah, it was hey, what you get one more, right? It's like a wish. Hey, you get one more, right? You dig down just a little bit deeper. I got to sling one more attack to make it happen, and that's what it was.
Yeah, there is a line there where we maybe erased too early. We used up all our erases too early, and that cost us. We weren't able to stop that repeated from coming down. If we can stop that repeated, then we're safe. We don't actually die there. But yeah, the overhaul deck can just find 16 damage in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely it can. Absolutely it can. And it's one of those things of like you have to make that choice when you decide to bring a 7-hand size defensive character that loves blocking but doesn't love attacking. Is you've said it best. If you don't apply pressure to overhaul, he's just gonna find it. And Eraser classically doesn't want to apply pressure until it's over. A real pressure, you could say.
Yeah, you want to suffocate overhaul.
Yeah,
you want to tell overhaul you don't get any chances this game, and Eraser struggles to do that. You can play the longer game with overhaul and try to block forever and do that, but like the heroic strikes, especially this life build, right? The heroic strikes in the back alleys can really put attacks onto Eraserhead stage.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. What comes in the sideboard, do you think?
So if we follow, they're playing. We said they're playing a very similar list to Mike Hardiman. Liam is almost card for card. I think the only difference might be a few cards in the sideboard. Mike brought in the nullifies. I'm getting Liam's list pulled up right now. Mike brought in the extra nullify. I believe the extra barrier shield, the plummeting punch, the can't escape me's. I want to say the night watch as well. So like we brought in a lot more interactive pieces, a lot more ways to try and cancel, card draw, a lot more ways to slow down this overhaul offense. As far as what comes in here for Luke has those, and we've seen it in every single round that he's been on stream. Those focused attacks,
right?
Those focus attacks, and I would imagine the extra Lost in Thought is going to come in here because we're playing against a defensive deck who wants to put up the wall, and that helps us break that wall. And I could see the Evaden copies because we did see a Tin Speed rejuvenating, right? And that one's very mid.
Rejuvenating is just like maybe that's the reason that we EX'd it in game 1 is because we knew the Evaden copies just didn't exist in the main board. They only exist. I would be highly surprised if we EX that card ever again inside of this hopefully 2 more games from Liam's perspective. But yeah, I agree. Focus attack, Evaden copy. I couldn't see Instant Shiny Flash and probably the Lost in Thought, right? Lost in Thought saying, hey, your cool deadlock piece just doesn't exist anymore. Imagine ripping the Night Watch out of the stage before we go in for that heroic strike turn. It just makes the victory even more certain, right?
So the thing that Lost in Thought also does into slower matchups is Life Overhaul has this thing where a lot of times it only really wants one face down attack. It doesn't want to build up, like the Earth deck wants to have 2, 3, maybe sometimes even 4 attacks face down, so they can maximum overhaul and harden jab and do all these crazy cool Earth tricks. The Life deck doesn't do that. It wants to say, I have one move down here. In a slower matchup, Lost in Thought allows us to be a little bit more aggressive with our overhaul builds, maybe tuck away a few extra attacks. And then we can go, I'll get your defense thing. I'll add this attack that I put down 3 turns ago.
Right. Yeah, it definitely says that like when you're sculpting, you really get to use that quote unquote second hand, i.e. your stage, in order to calculate what's my potential damage output for this turn. Yeah, love that.
And we talked about it a little bit, man. I think this matchup is it's what the Life Overhaul deck wants to see because you get the time to become this overwhelming monster of a staging area, and you get to find so many cards, you get to do all of these things, and Eraser gives you all the time in the world. Eraser likes time as well, but we've seen these Erasers, when they get paired up against these Life Overhauls, be so scared of going above 10 foundations.
Right.
And so, and the Overhauls are like, I don't care. I'm gonna build 20.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, against Eraser and Midnight, right? And the one time Midnight said, okay, I'll go with you, we got punished for it immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, double passing turn 1 is going to be huge. Building 3, if not 4, the best foundations in our deck. Can we squeak a 5th one? The answer is no. Not going to happen.
No, we used our little bit of luck there on the cooperation offer, not having to commit our character on
Correct.
a 4, yeah.
Okay. Is there a poke coming from Racer this early in the game? Do we let Overhaul build, possibly draw 2 foundations in order to make it happen? And the answer is yes.
Oh, no.
Checking a little poorly.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is a scary spot to be if you're on a Racer's side. 5 foundations, which what Overhaul is going to get out of this turn because of the free build, is all you need to squeak out this attack. And it looks like we are not caring about this move. I would be highly surprised if we block this as Overhaul.
I think if we draw a foundation, we block it. But if they're all orange, yeah. It's a 4-speed move. We can play any zone foundation here. And I'm not threatened at all by Eraser here because we just checked a 3. Turns out we decided, hey, I'm not actually, I'm not actually gonna block. Maybe we just found a bunch of gas though.
Yeah. Could be it's a mid block and we want to interact with that rejuvenating smash instead, right? It could be something along those lines. Imagine we drew a Vaden copy. Well, we should probably hold on to that for something that's a little more threatening than our 2 mid throw.
No review, draw an angry top 3.
Yeah.
Back alley
Start
on a
off
5.
with a back alley.
Check a 5.
Easy peasy.
We're going to erase here. Aggressive on the erases again, saying no character, no build. If we have a 0 diff, though, we're totally fine with this. Looks like we don't have a 0 diff. We do. We have the floating.
Yeah. Not sure how useful it's going to be until it's like way later, and opting to clear the nullify. We discarded the nullified, saying, hey, it's not actually worth it. There's a stun 2 coming in.
This is not a this is a scary proposition for Liam here.
Yeah.
We're gonna half block.
Next one's gonna get -2 speed. Could be -5 if we opt to use the mediator. We opted to half block as to not give Overhaul his character, right?
There it is, the 3 check.
Finally,
Finally, one of these rejuves on turn 2 gets punished with the 3.
Gain 2, draw 2, goes for the erase a second time. Makes total sense to me.
You just got erased.
Not allowed to do that.
You got erased again. Again, long day.
Yeah, long day, and these are the lines he's just been doing all day long. It's really tough to be like to fight it, to not fight Eraser, right? We fought Void Midnight, and we were allowed to do all our cool moves, press all our cool buttons, and Eraser's just saying, nah, not that one.
We discarded our $100 bill for our common or uncommon from set 1. Gonna go ahead and full block this. We're gonna draw 2 and breaker 1. And
I don't hate this because I mean we've got -6 speed on the board if we so choose, right? We don't need the -2 from Eraser. But it could have been a very scary proposition of if he decided to play a move, check a 5, commit 1, finally build our repeated, ready back our whole stage. Like there was a lot of action that we could have done if we decided to keep pressing. But it looks like we're getting out of this one pretty scot-free. Singular momentum over on Overhaul's side. But we, as Eraser, we lost a lot of aggressive options with that uppercut and then discarding the repeated.
True. Yeah, we lost a lot of our aggression. I'd literally like to see just a build out here. Draw 6 foundations and accelerate ourselves up in the resource race. We left a damage on the table there by not flipping. I guess we decided that, hey, we think that floating is going to be a pivot. That floating or that keeping area safe are going to be pretty pivotal as the game moves on. And there will be the rewind throttle is a very safe poke. We don't, it's 3 damage. There's no way Overhaul is going to commit anything into blocking this.
Right. Yeah, it's get a momentum. Go positive on some resources. I'll discard this card, go grab myself an erase, or even better, discard the erase, grab the erase. 7 high for 3. We could make it hit a little harder if we really wanted to with that with the unexpected hero, but I doubt that that's a line that we decided to do because I think that's just so good defensively, right? If I have to do these big long strings, -3 speed plus 3 damage says that I get to block something pretty late in the chain if I so choose, if I so need.
Yeah, I don't think we can ever offensively use those unexpected heroes unless it's like late in the game we're going for the win on a grasping tape toss.
Correct. Yeah. Is there anything on Overhaul's board worth committing with this card, or do you think this is a card in hand and the advantage is just gonna be worth it?
It would just be the passing the torch if we were committing to a string or something, some kind of line.
Sure. Yeah, 3 looks good to us. Yeah, but if that passing wanted to be played, it would be played already. Spooky coming down, Night Watch coming down, 2 huge disruptive pieces. But with the amount of cards that we have in our hand, not very big of a build. This board could be correct if we drew the correct hand, right? Back alley, heroic. 7 of those cards are just gone.
We'd get Night Watch. We would get a Night Watch out there, right? One of those stuns or the heroic would get Night Watched. So
yeah,
but then it's the same thing. So one of the big things here is the idea of resource trading in a deck like Overhaul, that life Overhaul that generates so much advantage through passing the torches and future charges and back alley haymakers. We're down to make some pretty some resource trades where, hey, I'm going to play these 3 attacks and I might not deal any damage to you, but I did get you to use a mediator, a Night Watch, and flip, and maybe flip an unexpected hero.
Yeah,
I won that interaction. I didn't deal any damage to you, but I won that interaction. I also drew 3 cards and built my stage out more and said, your turn, and held 3 cards in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the idea of flip, destroy, remove. Those are all essentially once per game costs. That's the way that you can think about them, right? They're so powerful, they're so impactful that you get to do them once unless you destroy and then cycle, find it again, somehow use the word unflip on your board, which is tough to find nowadays. All you did on your attacks was just like, hey, I'll enhance colon. What are you thinking? Right? Enhance colon. This thing's got a little damage. But it looks like we choose. Are we choosing not to block this one? What's happening
not to
here?
block this one.
Wow. 12 to 21.
Go grab that cooperation offer, put it up into our hand.
Yeah. Incredible one to play back out again as well.
Both of those focused attacks being gone means that our most real deadlock pressure is gone. I don't see any of our practical studies in play unless I'm just missing. It might be blending in there between the keeping area safes.
I thought that I saw one earlier, but my screen is playing tricks on me. So
gotcha.
Yeah, I've got actually 6 pixels that I get to watch the game on. It's pretty red.
Decided not to review after we drew the 2 off our character. We've got the good ones, we got the ones we want at least, and that's not a bad one. That's top pro heroes. Lets us remove keywords from cards, make our repeateds a little bit worse. We lose the punch keyword.
Yeah, or right, we have a momentum as Overhaul. If EX is scary, if powerful is scary, we can opt to get rid of those words as well. It just really depends on in the moment what matters to you. It could also it's a response. It could get rid of stun, right? Hey, I'll remove that back alley, and that doesn't have stun. I'd like to keep my board as ready, healthy, and active as possible.
The line we took here doesn't really matter. We were playing both of these on a 4 and a 5 anyway. I think there's a world where if we checked a 3 on the top pro heroes, we consider not playing this attack though, and that's why we did it in this order.
Sure, that makes sense.
Or we just are so used to playing card that isn't an attack into rejuve that we have been tricked.
I like that answer more because it makes us seem a little more intelligent, Yeah.
Says, can I read that one? Levi and I got to talk about this a little bit, but top pro heroes, I guess, Kevin Broberg played it in a Void Eraserhead deck way back at the Kissimmee Regional at the start of this year. It's really the last one of these to find a true home. We saw a lot of League of Villains. We saw a lot of young pro heroes out of Recovery Girl. So it's cool seeing it at this, in the finals of a Pro Hero Nationals.
Yeah, this guy's cute little picture on it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at he's so cute with goggles and his scarf on a cool fall day, Drinking a nice iced coffee or whatnot. You don't drink iced coffee on a cool fall day, right? That doesn't seem like the right move.
No, I drink iced coffee whenever though. That's because I'm a little baby and hot coffee makes my mouth hurt. You know,
Oh, I get that.
I
I get
can't.
that
I have no
fully.
self control, so I
Yeah, I
can't let it
also
cool
get
down a bit.
milkshakes at Starbucks.
I don't do those. Those are too much for me. The milkshake. Those are a little too sweet.
Well, I just like a little sweet. That's why I like you, Andrew.
Oh,
What do you think is?
I'm definitely
Finish
the
that.
sweetest.
Finish that.
I've never met anyone in our community quite as sweet and caring as me. You know.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Building out. Hey, we're here for the long haul. Hey, Luke won the first one, right? And we're not. Yeah, we're not unfamiliar with this territory of, hey, I'm down to build nice, huge, big stages. But that stage might go away. What do you touch? Classic answer is just passing, right? Passing and then some more stuff.
I always am down to take away Overhaul's passing the torches. I think that's the best play you can make. We have seen this specific version of Eraser target defense down. It looks like we're going to do again.
Yeah. It might be the turn that we say, "Hey, I'm going in. We're going for it. Here comes the trench run. I have enough stuff built up. My deck is actually getting a little low. If I remember Top Pro Hero's other ability, if you have 10 or fewer cards in your deck gets 3 and 3. Like something to keep aware of, chat, as a potential pump for something big.
I mean, Liam tried really hard in the top 8 matchup. Tried really hard to get that ability live to try and go for a win and fell 1 card short.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Yeah, let's make this guy a little quicker, a little lower, and we'll swing it. Opts to take it down to 13. This is the danger zone. Here's where our EX and our powerful moves start really coming in play, coming in clutch here. There is, after looking at the deck list, there's no shot we EX this card, right?
I would say yes, there's no shot, but I wouldn't say it confidently. I'd say it with like 60% confidence that there's no shot. Hey,
60.
We see blood. We're gonna use 2 of them.
Oh, I mean, you're only at 13, right? And yep, again, hey, boom, instantly called. Yeah, he's like, yes, nice. My Vaden copy says response discard 2 momentum, get a free block. Call you a dweeb.
that was the fastest. Yeah, no enhance. Me neither. Go to block slam.
Yeah. I don't care about this one. But the game's tied 13-13. And we're doing something that this overhaul deck can't really do, and that is take away some momentum. What are the chances a repeated comes after this attack wearing a little bit of extra move?
Here's the issue with this like mixed attack lineup, right? If we play repeated on an 8 here, we lose some number of foundations, right? Like we don't get them all back because we put a non punch into our card pool. It's not as much value as you're going to see it in like these dedicated punch lineups.
Yeah, I mean that's just how the cookie crumbles, right? As you, as somebody who has been playing that line, with you're playing like a half and half ranged package as well, right?
You play the ranged ones at the end.
Oh, true.
They block a bunch, and you're like tongue whip on an 8, tongue whip on a 9, Hey,
Tongue but up 4.
hold these. Hold these.
How'd you get all those cards in your card pool? Who put those
Teach you a
there?
little trick about the life symbol.
From double digits down to 9 this last turn. Plenty of cards in hand, tons of momentum, and still these defensive pieces. I feel pretty happy if I'm in Liam's position.
Do you? Do you think that was like?
I think the only thing we messed up on is EXing this move at all. I think everything else is exactly what Eraserhead is wanting. I have a very healthy board. I've got a ton of speed hate. I've got ways to interact with pretty much every instance on your board except for card draw. I'm down just to goat you into attacking, block a bunch, keep my 13 health as high as it can be, and then go back to me. I've got 4 momentum, man. That's so much on an off zone move. And it looks like we're just going to build past going back to sending it back on over. Luke's building up for this here Spirit Bomb.
Liam has to learn from Mike's mistakes, right? We have to go into deadlock if we didn't find lethal.
Are we at 10 right now?
We're at 10.
Yeah, I mean, we have to, right? We also just don't have a lock breaker, right? So... Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, we have to. Like, I can't imagine a world where we feel like it's okay to sit at 11 or 12. We're gonna seal Overhaul, huh?
Oh, that is a little sad because that is telegraphing that we're going to just play Mediator and we're going to destroy this foundation just to redraw a bonus card. And man, we could definitely.
Yeah, it does kind of pitch that we are going to be having some troubles here.
But it looks like, I mean, we didn't destroy one, right? We decided to cross the threshold.
We went to 12 with like a Mediator and a Night Watch.
It's better than never crossing that line ever.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, we saw the 2 big things, the 2 real giant threats in Luke's deck are those focus attacks, and we checked them back to back earlier this game. We've seen this a bunch from Luke, this play a move, see if we can get a see if we can just play the hand tax game here. I love this. I love discard momentum, make this thing go back to 4 speed after the discard race.
Yeah, it's essentially EX3, right? And this is an off-zone move. Like your erases feel a little worse to interact with. Yeah, lots of good ideas happening here.
Yeah, and I believe we do have a practical studies at the bare minimum, which does mean that we do get a little bit of extra speed. We do get a little bit of extra speed here until Eraser decides to take damage. I know that I've been kind of critical of practical studies, but I have been sold on it a bit in the Eraserhead matchup where like they're just so desperately trying not to take damage.
On which card? I'm sorry.
Practical studies. I'm still not completely sold, but I'm a little more convinced into specifically Eraserhead.
as a Racerhead being the one who plays it, or
No, as other people playing it.
Yeah.
These erasers just don't want to take
yeah.
damage. They're throwing everything they can away to like not take damage. We're gonna send this one as a 5 high for 5. It looks like. Deciding, we went through our discard pile and figured, hey, a lot of our deck should be attacks. Let's see if we can find the good ones and commit those passing the torches.
Yeah, this is us saying we don't quite have the gas, or we have a repeated re-ready and then do it again.
We were digging for that repeated, I think. We just happened to check it here. We do get to respond, gain 2, draw 2. This one comes in with a lot of speed. We have that preparing for battle tech to go ahead and find a way to get a momentum.
I mean, this is we gave it -2 speed because of the block with a hard uppercut. Do we block this one as well just to not waste that ability? But this is just 6 damage. I guess 8 damage in overhaul. Look at me doing bad math.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit faster though, right? I guess after we discard the erase, we will bring it back down to 3 speed, but we did set up strike and say the next one gets 3, so kind of traded off a little bit there, a little bit of back and forth there. We're going to remove Lost in Thought from the game as cost and say, hey, is this one allowed? Do you what do you think we're going for here? Like, if you're Liam, do you just go ahead and pop that Night Watch to
it's
feel
not
safe?
it's Night Watched so that the only way that we can not re-ready our whole stage is the Nullify in hand, which we can try and help keep track of. And it forces, like, Night Watch is such an incredible tool. It forces you to rebuild it back.
We watched earlier a clutch Nullify canceling a character enhance. Keep Mike Hardiman alive for 45 extra minutes, 4 or 5 extra turns. We were 1 3-check away from that round getting finished way quicker, and we had the perfect answer there, so we'll see. We're going to grab a momentum. We're going to use the preparing for battle to grab ourselves a momentum. I think we're going to immediately EX3 this, which is, again, I'm totally down here.
Yeah, just to attempt to commit a couple more resources. We have such a healthy board that it is okay if we get breaker 1 by this erase. It clears an erase out of Liam's hand, followed by uses extra resources, right? Like we got an unexpected hero out.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, if this is a war of attrition, taking and figuring out how to turn all of Eraser's cool pieces face down means that eventually we're going to win. We get to replay our face downs, right? Even if it's just the foundations, not even the attacks. We get to refresh our stage.
Looks like we are
using the deadlock for +3.
I was like, are we still in deadlock?
Stealing a card.
Yeah, we have that face down that's kind of like elevated above our foundation line, our staging area. So
in our asset zone, apparently.
yeah. So we do get to seal something here. I wonder what the choice is going to be. It looks like it is the keeping area safe.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if that's not the biggest red flag of stun incoming, I don't know what is.
Wouldn't Prone to Dry Eyes represent more ready?
Yes, but Prone is the card we've seen less of, right? I think that's actually just a mistake of, hey, I am unfamiliar with what Prone does. I know what keeping area safe does. I've been playing against that card all day.
Sure. Are you saying we have a Nullify in hand, by the way?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
okay.
saying we were trying to say the only out was this thing, was nullify from hand.
Yeah, these erases, by the way, have been very good. Oh, and I think we have barrier shield nullify.
I mean, barrier shield nullify is pretty good. We do have to make sure that we put those in the correct order, because if we barrier shield and then nullify, the nullify gains the breaker too.
Yeah,
so, and that would be unfortunate. Pops the meteor. We want to draw a bonus card. We want to get as much value as possible. Bing boom, and then let's ready back up my 2 face downs. Yeah, this is that's a whoops. I didn't quite realize that's what that one did.
Yeah, and we're out of deadlock now as well, so any deadlock coming after this is not as impactful. Our character is erased. Yeah, we're gonna go and try and we're blocking this on a 1 plus our like a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, it makes sense. And we still have that nullify. We did have to discard the barrier unless we drew a second barrier, which would be surprising.
We drew a card off mediator, right? So we got to discard the gotcha that we drew.
Oh, did we? I could have sworn I saw barrier in the discard pile, but I trust
we
you.
might have been, yeah. I still see one. So
we had 2. We had 100.
Liam's got to be foaming at the mouth here for this nullify.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very tilting. We saw what nullify did last time, and him being forced to run into it again is going to be rough.
So do you nullify the ready or the character ability?
Huh. That's so interesting.
Like, hey, if you have another repeated, you're gonna get to do it anyway. Oh, we're just not. Yeah, I think we're saving.
Yeah,
the
it's the
ability.
character. I mean, we got the cash to spend it, right? Why not just use the stronger of the 2? Yeah, a little -2 speed. Still hasn't taken. I mean, we're gonna take this one, right? This is just gonna be 8 damage that we just take.
I have not seen a character enhanced nullify happen so much.
Incredible.
It's happened to Luke 3 times.
Yeah. I mean, this is the highest level of play that we've had this entire year. If we're going to be pulling out quote all the stops, now's the time to do it. It's on Luke to push through, to go beyond.
Like, yeah, it's happened for the 3rd time to Luke that you don't actually get to use that ability. Stop it.
And again, the barrier shield respond commit eraser draw 2 could be huge. And if we absolutely need to, if we just draw double low block per se, we could just spooky this bad boy. It doesn't have nothing. It's got nothing. Yeah, especially because there's no deadlock, so we can't even like seal it with the practical studies that we got to re-ready, right? Or did we re-ready practical?
We did.
Yeah.
And that a little better for me, Liam. Didn't catch all of it. I think there might have been a repeated lost.
We still have 1 in hand? Is that what we're posturing?
For overhaul or for eraser?
Eraser.
We still have.
Is that what that 1 card is over there? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pick up 2 new ones though.
Those ones weren't good enough. Three options. Looks like we found an erase, which is going to be huge. Remember, you don't have to have a eraser head to be ready in order to make it happen. But this is a breaker 3 coming in. That combined with the lack of overhaul play for free, I think this is just the end of the turn, right?
Yeah, it's the end of the turn. But we did We did manage to keep up double release cooperation offer, and erasers down to, is it down to 9 foundations? So it has a respectable amount.
True, and we cycle to the +3/+3 on that. The top row heroes isn't live anymore.
Yeah, correct. We're gonna review here. Yeah, it looks like we decide to. I see a plummeting punch. I think we might have drawn a rejuve. That plummeting punch is going to be, if it is plummeting, that is going to be backbreaking.
Yeah. A lot of gray though. A lot of gray. I think it's going to be all based on the back of this this rejuve that we play. Plummeting into rejuve could recontextualize what this turn looks like.
Might not have been a plummeting. I might have made that one up. I might have seen it might be just a different card because it looks like we're going to go for that rejuve here. I've had trouble discerning plummeting and rejuve for most of the day, Tam.
That is fair. Angry Midoriya.
Yeah.
with shiny hair.
Midoriya plummeting down from the sky to try and ruin Overhaul's day. We'll see how the luck we have here with that.
We found 2 attacks. We found an uppercut and a flurry. Strip one of those momentum. We can just steal our own. We got an EX move. Oh, if we get a partial in here, this there might be some moves to be had.
Correct, yeah.
Opposite discard. We can play our next one, I think. Goes for the stat. I mean, that it's got to tell us we don't have another nullify, right? Like we don't get to sit there and get rid of our momentum all willy nilly. Not whenever we've got the options that we do.
We sealing something here?
Is it release for next time?
Cooperation offer?
For the -3? Interesting.
We're going to use this one for -3. Bring it back down to 6 speed. So
a
this
little
means
more
no
manageable.
evading copy. Yeah, this means no evading copy because we would have used releases, not. So this is on a 9, and we checked a 7.
Yeah.
With releases, so
8, 9. Checking that repeated is definitely not what we wanted. We really wish we'd have had that one in our hand. So we could put the onslaught back on next turn.
We're going to get rid of that momentum here. This expert flurry combo. It's done a really good job here at being like a little piece of momentum hate. There's a hardened uppercut in the hand. We're committing a lot into this string. We really need this to be lethal.
Yeah.
Again, we also, we know most of the moves that Luke has are in the discard pile now, right? He's going to have to draw a fresh one. He's going to have to draw a good 6 at random off the top.
Yeah, and we are slowly running out of ready resources on Luke's side here. We've only got the 4. Yes, the double release is going to be really helpful, but it's really only one netted release because of the +2 speed off of Eraser. Not to mention the cards in the card pool. Something big happens, we might be in a little bit of danger.
Again, we are having to use. We're doing sharing this through an app, and the connection does get spotty at times. Sending us all that data from the UK here. It looks like we did have the full blocking this with a future charge.
So the question is do we swing again or do we give the ghost?
We went
4 ready foundations. We're swinging.
We played this hardened uppercut. Are we just saying, hey, we committed out for it?
Yeah,
we've got this for 12.
If we had been discarding
Prone.
on all of these for prone, yes, but we haven't, right? Was that our first prone use?
Prone is committed now.
Oh, what am I seeing? Let's get rid of that. We're gonna draw 2.
No,
we have to commit.
We sealed Overhaul, committed
Whoa.
Prone, sealed release, committed character, EX2, say, hey, this one's for 7 speed. You don't get your character.
Destroy 2, make it for 9. Look at you and smile. Ask very politely for you not to attack us back.
This is for 13. I think we found a line here. We have been activating Prone, it looks like.
Huh.
So this is on a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with 2 to the check.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. And
wow.
No, it's not there. Incredible line.
If we checked a 3, it's the 2 damage off of Flurry, brought it to 7,
Boom.
9 to 11. We had to find 2 damage somewhere that we missed.
Yeah.
But we did find the lethal line there. What a line by Liam. Just saying, hey, I can't. I'm gonna not pass back to you. If I don't kill you, I'm dead. So
pass back, me die.
Pass back,
no
me
pass
die.
Back.
We also, that line, by the way, required us to check a 5 on the seal your character and a 5 on the seal that release. If we got to use that second release, we passed that block.
Correct. Insane game. It's insane. And again, we saw the difference night and day between Mike and Liam. Liam is down to chop it up in deadlock. I'm in. Hey, I want. You got a board? I got a board. I'm not gonna be left in the dust.
As we're going into game 3, Luke finally gets to be on the play here, and it should be very exciting to see. Exciting to see what we can pull off here on the play. First time on the play here.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what Overhaul wants to be feeling. How it's been good, man. It's been good, and this is certainly making me feel way better about my choice for picking Void Eraser for my Nats. If Liam could do it, I'm gonna try and follow in his footsteps. Make my way up to the finals as well.
As we head into game 3, every game before this point, Tam, has been wiped from the slate. This is the last one that matters. We are crowning a champion at the end of this game. It's gonna be Luke Quinsee on this Life Overhaul deck, or Liam Chawner on this Void Eraser, and it's. I'm so excited we went to a game 3.
I'm also very excited. It's just the more the merrier. I just want to see more games played. We here have been live for, let's check. Oh,
about 10 hours and 15 minutes.
10 hours. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. It's an insane amount of time to play a top 16, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Let's do some world building here, Tam. I've talked a lot about how Luke Quinsee has probably the best record among players in the UK this year. If there was going to be a player in the finals, it was going to be Luke. Multiple top 16s, a regional win, right? At least a second place finish in nationals, but Liam is no slouch either. Liam has also topped 2 regionals and was a win and in at a webcam regional as well to another top cut. We have 2 players here. If there were going to be 2 players from the UK for this year, outside of maybe Grant Padley, who won their first regional, it was going to be these 2.
Yeah, makes sense. Very impressive pedigree. coming from these players, and it's showing. Right, they're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're showing these lines. We're sitting here getting paid to cast, and we certainly didn't see the aggro the line. We thought that Liam was just done. He was throwing in the towel, but is instead, hey, no, this is 13, and I know it. I know it, and I believe, I trust that this is going to get the job done.
Yeah. Hey, you can ready your character, Liam. You don't get to go first this time.
Hey, good point. unless he offered, right? What a gentleman.
Our Swiss champ versus our 6th seed. Both of these players had an excellent tournament run to get in here, and we're going to get it kicked off with the exact start Overhaul is looking for. This might be a build 6. Are we going to respond new training method, or did we just take the risk? We took the risk on that note taking, which is crazy.
Yeah, he wanted it ready. He wanted it to assert the dominance. Hey,
I have done
these
it
ones
before.
are mine.
I have done it before to try and find a 0 diff for a back alley, right?
Oh, sure.
Like, just started pitching them all to try and find the zeros.
I mean, if we see a back alley come down, then it makes sense to me.
Hey, those can't escape me say that those rejuves on a 6 may not be as effective.
Yeah, that's true. Are we down to trade? Like, I'll commit one, you destroy one? It might be something to at least think about, you know?
I commit 3, you destroy 1, potentially?
Well, now hold on. Now you're just being greedy about it.
Is this a build 2? Okay, we're gonna pick some up. There's gonna be more than a build 2. And we saw how long that last game went, and we're talking about the ability to cancel rejuve. That does have a deadlock enhance on it too. Can't escape me's.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the main reasons that it was in my deck to begin with. Whenever I was playing and looking at this eraser list, I was just like, oh, this is enhanced commit plus X speed, and I get to re-ready it back with rejuvenating or with repeating. That's incredible. That's really good. Not only is it a very potent cancel, but yeah, however much speed I need. Looks like we're not getting tricked this time, though. I wanted my momentum. Fool me once. Shame on me.
Got the block there. I have to commit something here, right? That's on a 4. Got to decide, do we want this red riot's the coolest more than we want a ready can't escape me? And it looks like we have made the decision. The answer is yes.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. What cards are we really going to be drawing with? Potential build off of the back alley or just the rejuve? Yeah, one of those can go.
Oof. That looked like a very, very aggressive hand, and we're taking a peek at the discard pile, seeing what we possibly have there, because you know that quick glance there looks pretty aggressive.
Yeah, this is a pretty healthy board, and our stage is way, way bigger than we expected to be, just off of the single look at, hey, this is we've got the carbo loading. If we ever have to commit a foundation, we get to have a bonus, right? How do you feel about picking up these here new trainings off of new trainings?
It's interesting. I like the thought here is, hey, it lets us keep picking up blocks, keep picking up foundations, keep going into deadlock. But I'd love to see those new training methods be grabbing our practical studies, our passing the torches, our releases. But it really does help us kind of extend that build advantage we're going for.
Right. And it's a quality high block. We put a high block in face down to make sure that we don't get accidentally gotcha by my opponent's own repeatings or their own big strong high attack bomb.
Stun 2 coming out here.
Figure out which ones that we care about here. Did we erase?
We did. We erased our characters.
We did. Okay. I must have missed that response. Do we draw another card off of back alley as opposed to building? Do we just not have a zero diff?
It appears we don't have a 0. When you get the draw to, I wonder if
Rejuve, any responses? Question mark.
responses on the check. Hey, how are you feeling about a potential kill here? We're gonna try to respond, destroy a ready foundation.
I mean, there's only 4, right? A single heroic strike, and this is going to put us in a very, very gnarly situation.
Hey, that's the card over in Luke's right hand.
Is heroic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. I like committing 3 at this exact moment would be really, really scary. And whatever we decided to leave up, we could just lost and thought. Looks like we're going for the nullify.
Hey, put the card in your card pool. That this heroic is getting more and more brutal.
Oh, wowzers.
Flip both those note takings.
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely say that this is I smell blood.
Yeah, flip those note takings. Now, granted, there's another little surprise over in Eraser's hand. We have all the tricks ready. We have all of the tricks ready. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe not both. Maybe we leave it here. Say, hey, you got to block this one on a 5, 6, 7.
Or take 6, go to 13. That's 2 moves.
Take 8, go to 11.
Oh, character's not turned on.
Character's not turned on. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. I don't hate this. If we are feeling scared, let's get the breaker taken care of now and say, hey, if you check poorly, commit everything and you're done.
We have all the tricks. We're gonna note taking this again, get this up to 2 speed. Tell Eraser you're actually blocking on a 5.
Yeah, and the point of this is if we check a 3, right, we commit a couple resources, have a card in the card pool, check another 3 on the erase, and then there's the choice to fail it, right? Do I want my ready foundation and my character? What am I thinking?
This is scary.
Oh, opts to not block with the erase. Whoa, and the breaker too.
I think we're saving the erase because we want to erase Overhaul here.
Yeah. Goes for the XR tight-lipped. Those ones are easier to check because they're shiny. Do we play the attack? He says yes. Oh.
This is on a 7. We checked a 3. We got to commit 4 total cards, and this erase is going to be brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to fail this.
Unless not. Opting to fail.
It sucks, but I think we have to. I just got a little. Imagine we didn't flip that new training method to start.
So here's I would hit him with the eraser head special. I would commit out and say, you don't got 27. You don't got it. Call him on it. Call him on it. Chump check him. You don't got it.
Imagine we had one more ready foundation. I would feel a little better about that play.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't feel great about it, but you don't got it. Like he can't block this move. It's actually just not possible. I need my momentum. I need to get him down from 19. This turn had to have been worth something, right? And I still get to I get my 1 foundation back ready. There's no real committing. Oh. He checks a 3 here
and says you're not going to kill me through this now, which is true.
Which is true.
We're getting 4 damage.
I'm down for the 4 damage. I'm down for it. I'm down for the 4 damage. I'll build a 1 diff, even if I check a 4. I will commit my passing and then build down my 2, and then I'm back off to the races for next turn. I'm in.
If we would have just not tried to fight through that breaker 2, right? You see what I'm saying? Like if we would have played that on the 6, we would have committed 1 less foundation here. And if we would have checked a 1, we would have totally been allowed to go, yeah, I'll fail it. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think playing that foundation was a bit of a problem there too.
Our board state was a little our board state wouldn't progress if we decided to do that, right? Like we essentially skipped a development turn in order to have an aggressive turn, which might be like another thing. Maybe that tight lip does come in handy when it comes to defending ourselves, you know? And there goes the momentum just instantly. Hey,
that's only on the
flurry.
Combo. That's only on the combo.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is probably not a great one to start lead with, huh?
It does say our next one gets 2 damage.
That's something. I mean, it looks like we're making it pretty big. Is this the proverbial jab for a big right-handed swing? You have to interact with this expert flurry. My next move is going to be a little crazier.
Yeah, not gonna block. Go to 21 here. What's the follow-up?
Is it just rejuve?
Rejuve on a 6.
Of course it's rejuve.
3,
4, 5, 6. Rough. We really wanted those foundations ready. At least that keeping Yuri safe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, even if we had more gas here, I'm not positive we're allowed to continue to push these here buttons.
Get our momentum. Are you playing the do you have a Vaden copy game with him again?
I think that I respect Evade and Copy for the rest of the game when it comes to this move. Because it worked, right? I didn't have to spend any resources and I got it. So either he was gonna block it or he wasn't. No amount of speed that I put on is gonna change that. You have 3 ready foundations. If you wanted to sell out to block it, that's fine. I got my momentum off the first one anyways. I'm down. But that's one heck of a rebuild. Double mediator is pretty good to go back into the turn.
What a swing there. I felt like Luke had the game under control, was in the lead, and in just a single turn cycle, I feel the exact opposite.
Yeah. This eraser feels a little immortal. We're gonna have to figure out how to find a silver bullet for this werewolf.
I got Overhaul down to 13. We're sitting on 4 momentum in our deck with EX3s and powerful 3s and echoes.
Yeah. And nullify, right? Like we've got one more. We should have one more nullify just tweaking in there if we decided to side it in. But we have a build 3 of our own. This is exactly what Eraserhead wants. If there's a deck, just like Overhaul that doesn't want you to pressure him back, it's definitely the 7 hand size, 19 health. I want to have 1,000 foundations. Eraserhead.
We're gonna review a barrier shield. You're right. I mean, this is exactly where we're gonna be, but we're again playing that. Are you gonna go to deadlock game, right?
Yeah. Which I mean, we have seen that we are not too shy of it. And we have we got a night watch, right? No night watch currently?
No night watch.
That might be a little upsetting. Okay, another expert flurry coming down, which says that there's just another rejuve coming down, and we're gonna go back to full health. We're gonna go all the way back to full and develop even more of a board, have an even better hand. Scary. Scary. Passing activation is saying that, hey, if I'm not allowed to attack on my turn for sculpting, I'm just going to borrow yours.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll share this this kind of poke and prod thing, but I'll get to use my passings for sure. That's a good trade.
Thank you. You're such a gentleman for allowing me to draw my card.
Gonna use the cooperation offer. So we're gonna block this one. It's gonna be with a practical studies. You gotta commit 1 foundation or 2. Looks like 2, and we're trying to figure out what the other one's gonna be.
Yeah, which of these gnarly face downs do I wish to use? This is +4 speed to my move if I so wish. We have 4 committed foundations, and we are in deadlock. But this is representing 8-10 damage, depending on if we wanted to echo, because of and the combo gets to be live.
This is 12, and we have that red right. It's the coolest, right?
Oh, it's 12. Yeah. This is representing lethal.
Just have the block.
Yeah, makes sense. Might be a case of another overhaul usage here. Hey, look. Check the 5 on it. That feels very good. Slinging a bonus attack on a 5 gets the +2 damage. Next one gets +2 damage. We're just gonna pass those savings along, and if we want to, we could pretty much make this hit by committing 1 foundation. Again, we've got +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 committed foundations if we want.
Do you trade your ability to use Can't Escape Me to stop like a rejuve draw 2 for 6 damage here?
Of course, because I just play my repeated smash and then ready it back up for their turn. Okay. Right?
If that's how you're feeling.
I just like I going from putting from 13 down to 7 would feel incredible, right? Because then it says with my red right is the coolest, anything is lethal. Anything that I can really push some numbers on is just like it's over, right?
Yeah, these.
If you ready, if I do that play and I actually do have the repeated, I get to just commit it again, and on the repeated, and give that another bunch of speed, right?
Yeah, this is the echo copy. We did just say we can block from stage, right? So like we're gonna ignore progressive on this block. I'm not in, man. I'm not in for this. I'm in for, okay, well, I got you to discard an attack, right?
Yeah. Wow, lost 1 speed, huh? Just kidding.
4, 5, and 6.
It is rough losing that one. And hey, we played quote unquote 3 cards and held 5 in hand for that turn. Good spot to be in.
We stopped there because we picked up the discard pile and we haven't seen a single focused attack this game.
That makes sense. We might be hoarding them like a dragon. Focus comes in. What's the 3rd card you hit besides the 2 mediators?
Can't Escape Me, right? Oh, yeah, they Can't Escape Me or the lineage.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. We're not in deadlock, though. We're at 10.
Oh, good point. It just...
I'm saying that's why we...
That's why we didn't. Yeah.
Which, like... Does that give Luke the sign that it's safe for me just to build even more?
I mean, he's had so much success this whole tournament of just building and building and building, putting on putting on that hat. I wanna sling some moves eventually. Eventually, we're gonna play them all.
Man, what a game 3 to be in here. Both players is in a tight situation, a tight spot here, trying to find every single millimeter their opponent will give them. Not, I was gonna say inch, but it's not even that. We're trying to find small, just micro advantages to try and take over this game, try to become the second EU national champion.
We're looking through the Discord poll. Hey, what could you possibly have in hand? What could you possibly have coming up? I got to see your deck list. It's important for me to know what's happening right now.
Deep in the tank here.
Taking a big stretch, big lean back. We've been here for a minute. Looking at our face downs, weighing all of our options. This could be the turn that decides your EU national champion.
Could be. We make a decision here kind of soon. We've been stuck in this spot for a minute here. You know, players
cooking.
do. Yeah, he's cooking. He's deep in the kitchen, and the answer is
build one pass.
Hey, here's build a lost
two pass. Hey, so what this tells me is I have gas. I've got things that I want to do, right? Lost in thought babies. I can put some pressure on, get rid of some defensive pieces. I'm down for that. But should I just sling them? Should I just go for it? And the answer is just no.
I think the thought process there is, hey, I found my cool deadlock card that you're so scared of, right?
Yeah.
If your hand is that bad, you've got to go into deadlock with me, right?
No. Yeah.
And here it is. Focus attack on a 5. Checks a 4. Damn, we're going to go for it. We've said, I've waited here long enough. I'm going to play the deadlock move you have been so terrified of because, hey, I figured it out. Your hand wasn't that good. That's why you played those 2 moves in past.
Yeah. Mediator. What's the third one?
It's mediator for sure. And I'm going to go with Can't Escape Me. But we're deciding, it's the chose lineage, Can't Escape Me, prone to dry eyes. Hey, what if we got a second one? The issue is now mediator gets us out of deadlock.
Mediator gets us out of deadlock, right? And that's why if our goal was to trap them in deadlock, you have to stop the things that get them out, right?
Yeah.
As Liam, we are thinking about not responding with this erase. And then we thought about it a little more.
Yeah, we're gonna oh, sorry.
We didn't respond. We are enhancing.
Yeah, and we sealed. What did we turn upside down there? His hand hasn't moved from being over it, so I missed what we pointed at with the seal.
Lost in thought? That would make sense to me.
Yeah. Excited for blood.
Wait.
We sealed excited for blood. That's why it's upside down.
No more, No more draw? He says, hey, I think you're going to touch me this turn.
Remove lost in thought for cost. Any responses? My favorite question to ask. One of them. It's high up there.
It has to be mediator. If it's mediator, we keep him in prison, right?
We must have every heroic strike in our deck, right?
Huh. Yeah, we must.
Or we think you're not going to get out of deadlock here, and we have the second focus attack. Like, hey, that's all I can think of here, right?
Yeah. And he says, "Hey, I'm not risking it. This moves too quick."
So we got 1, 2, 3. We're at 11.
Here comes the question: does Liam pop this now and make this the slowest move of all time? Draw the bonus card. That's 2 more copies of Erase that we get, right?
We're gonna stay at 11 here. We're staying at 11 foundations. If this is another focus attack. Oh, we're thinking about the manly passionate guy to go to 12. I'm not mistaken.
Very
We're at we have 4 committed
1, 2, 3,
and 7
4,
ready.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 11 as well.
Terrifying.
Have we invited the vampire into the house by saying deadlock is an acceptable game state for us to live in?
If we weren't at 11, we're at 11 now. Okay, that's not the second one.
Well, yeah, we're obviously we're at 12 now, right? With no way to get out.
We can go to 11. Correct. So we can combo it now. Yeah.
We can combo it now. We can combo it now, and like if we don't do it, we just like we commit all the speed hate. Yeah, this is a scary spot to be in. Wowzers.
We say no combo. We say no overhaul here. We're gonna mediator and go down to 11 foundations, but I don't see a way for us to get out.
What are your thoughts on using some tight lips here in order to get a little extra stats? I mean, we weren't getting it with overhaul before. Do you think it's something that we need?
I don't think so. I think our whole the thing about tight-lipped in overhaul is you need to have mathed out exact lethal to start using it, because then you're flipping 2 foundations for 3 damage, right? I think floating is the safer choice here if we're trying to find damage, right? We've got a couple floatings.
He slammed his $100 bill in the discard pile. This obviously gets full blocked. I believe that I saw a decoy duplicate in hand, which would have been a way better thing to block with, and build down. Oh, we can just do it. Oh,
Yeah,
I missed the second manly.
All right. Did we have the second deadlock, or were we hyping it up over nothing? Do we have the second focus attack? The punch that is funny.
Hilarious hands coming in.
We didn't slam it. I don't think we have it. I think we would have slammed it.
Everybody in chat, hold your breath.
Yeah, I think we would have just
Going back in the tank.
Absolutely dropped it on the table. We wouldn't have thought about it.
What if it's face down? What if during some time we put it face down and we're like,
And we're being kept off our character for every
we've been kept off our character. And so now we're trying to figure out, hey, how do I figure out how to make this happen?
You can't let him off the hook like this, right?
Huh.
You can't
Looks like we're
let him off the hook.
We're giving it up. You let him build 2 times on your turn? That was your turn, homie. You're supposed to do the building. What do you mean?
I can't believe we let him off the hook.
Rather to build and survive for another day than overextend and die and get punched in the mouth. I will say the turn was pretty good because I mean we made him discard a repeated, right? We made him discard one of his big power moves with 3 momentum, just because he was a bit of a scaredy cat, you know.
Yeah, I suppose. Gonna present the deck. Gonna give it our own little shuffle and cut here and go. I'm gonna get rid of all those orange ones.
Here's the question. Chat, count it with me. Oh, he's just doing 10 off the top. I guess no counting. Chat, no counting. Chat, I don't want to see any numbers in there.
That's 2 rejuves for sure, I think. We don't seem happy with that. We didn't get a full look at it, but we didn't just put it down really quickly. We thought about it for a second. I can't believe we let him off the hook.
Yeah, it was either a risky play or we were just trying to luck into the moves, right?
Yeah, but now we got deadlock Tim Kifa guy.
Yeah. Bing bang boom. Hit him with the 3 Stooges.
Let's turn the release face down. Our defense is so thin now. We're just blocking.
Yeah.
We're just blocking unnatural. Yeah, it's commit the cooperation offer, destroy whatever you want.
Yeah, and so that's either excited or
pick
passing, right?
Destroy and pick a face down. Yeah. We decided to get the note taking for future turns. We did miss that fact that pays 1 life as cost for our excited for blood.
Yeah. I would have loved to have blown that up.
I don't think Luke is in. I can't count him out. He's been here before. We watched him against Emma in the last RLE for the UK finals. Looked like it was just, hey, you're gonna have to get lucky here. And Luke, through some skill and through some luck, Emma not finding the moves, survived a couple scary staging areas where, yeah, we had a lot of foundations, but they weren't very impactful defensively.
Yeah. And the real question is Liam even going to actually aggress, or was this just I want to touch your stage a bit and then I'm going to defend again. I'm down. With that said, though, Eraser is losing the mill battle, right? We've cycled first.
I don't think we got to think about that one quite yet.
I meant like the idea of
it. Yeah.
It is on Liam to make moves actually happen, because if I'm here for the next 3 hours waiting for the 60 card decks to mill themselves, then so be it. That one's huge though. Deadlock, hey, put that card from your hand in your stage. Incredibly powerful.
We didn't review. I can't believe we let him off the hook last turn. Our hand was stacked. We got to fight through all of these pieces again now.
Yeah. Possibly without the focus attack this time.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go for it.
We skipped review. Like,
yeah, what more could you be looking for?
whatever it is, we don't have it.
Yeah. And we're digging for it.
$16 to $11. Race right at 16. Overhaul at 11.
Would feel pretty good at a bit of a poke situation. The finesse, holding the card from the top and the bottom. Looks like we're going for build to pass. And we've started ourselves a second row. All right, everybody. This is the third turn in a row of Build One Foundation Pass. Go stand up, get yourself a drink. Hurry back quick.
Can't believe we let him off the hook, Tam.
Yeah. Hey, we're just playing as cautious as we can. I think we need to be playing an attack every turn, though, just to get this passing the torch live so we can actually try and find the thing that is that we're trying to find, right?
True. Another build pass.
We are officially at the Iron Wall. The Gray
I think that's
War.
what we were looking for, and now they're both in our discard pile. Yeah, there's the chuckle from
and
Liam.
The laugh. The evil laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you wanted?
and Liam is building more cards and is a 7-hander and is getting to see more action.
Yeah. And now he's allowed to just build because he knows they're gone.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, those don't exist anymore. You're going to have to cycle and then try and find them again. And by that time, your commit 3 isn't going to matter. I'm allowed to just burst myself into it. And again, this is cleaning your deck. You're not going to have these foundations anymore. It's possible that like we play some moves. And so here is we are attempting
probably. Yeah, didn't even erase him here, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, what do you? This is such a titan looking down. Like this is a bottle rocket trying to break the Great Wall of China. It's like, what's this lowly little back alley doing here? You came to the wrong neighborhood, punk.
Hey, I love Back Alley Haymaker. I'll be the first to admit we have outscaled Back Alley Haymaker in this particular game. We didn't even block it.
Well, the cards in our hand are too important, obviously. We need to build those later. We have to...
Yeah. We got 2 releases now.
Yeah. Officially
And
going to
hey,
our first cycle.
this is the most important cycle of the game. You don't know why? We get to find out where those focus stacks are.
100%.
Go ahead and remove 10 for us, Luke.
The showman. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They're
They're
still
in the deck.
They're still in the deck. I don't know how much it matters, but they are still in the deck.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not positive that there are 3 distinct targets that you go, oh, those are the correct ones now.
We can't play any more cards. We built those foundations down. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But we're thinking about it.
We're thinking about momentum.
I mean, you take it. That's EX3.
Yeah.
He says, I don't want this barrier shield any longer. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Man, if Luke Quinsee wins another grand finals by mill,
he's the best to do it.
Hey, Sam Tate told me Life Overhaul's the best mill deck the game's ever made, you know?
Really?
That's the first time a deck in My Hero won by mill.
Huh.
On stream.
Huh. Well, I hate that. Huh. Yeah, I think with our how quick we snap released, that might just be our option. That might just be our plan. Hey, I'm down to let you flounder is the word I'm going to use now. I was listening to a
flounder, make noise.
Yeah, I listened to a content creator, and they said they didn't like the idea of making music or making noise. So we're floundering. We're flounder gamers now.
We used flailing a bit earlier.
No
way. Let me. Twin Sword Slicer. This is going to demand 2 cards from hand.
This might be an actual bit of input. And importantly, it takes and puts some momentum from our put the momentum back into our deck cycle.
Yeah. We are allowed to do this as well because checking 3 3s here would really not have mattered all too much.
Correct. Blocking with our 100% repeated. Discard replay. I mean, here's some more speed.
Do you think Luke is committed to the I can't win this game anymore unless you deck out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, completely. Completely and totally. With a race being live and the amount of draw power that a racer has, the amount of cancels and stops, like there's actually just too much going on in Liam's stage.
And we used our overhaul block here, I'm pretty sure, right? Because we discarded that carbo loading for the effect.
If we discarded for the effect, we for sure should have committed the unexpected hero and drawn a card on Liam's side. Looks like there's our committed face down.
We need to flip that Twin Sword Slicer to the Echo effect. I know we have a hardened uppercut in hand, which we can make for lethal because we have Red Riot's the coolest hanging out.
Mm-hmm. The issue is can we get past the other wall, right?
I think the answer is we're done. If we overextend our deadlock form, hey, build one from your hand for me.
I don't hate that. Oh,
It's not the card pool. It's not the
that's not where
card
that
pool.
goes.
You just get to build it. That was a form. Hey, that's not in the card pool. Yeah, that's not in the card pool. It says build a card from your hand.
Love it.
No combo on this Expert Flurry. This is just going to be a 4 high for 4.
No momentum to discard either way, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the combo. This is for 6. This could be a 6 high for 6. Yeah, we chose not to take momentum. I'm just saying, I'm just giving the details here, right? This is a combo move. We're not comboing kind of thing.
Cancel. He's thinking about it. He's really thinking about it. He says, Is this just to put a card in our discard pile?
No, I think we're going for a kill.
Whoa. He said erase on the other one.
Steal the other one. You've already overhauled. We're going for the win, and I think we found it.
Oh. Really? I'm so excited.
I think Liam Chawner just won nationals.
Nostradamus. How so? Show me.
Hard and uppercut.
Give me the line. And you think that's 12? I mean, we got +6 speed on it.
There's no cards in hand. This one's gonna hit for 6, put us to 6.
Oh, there's no cards in hand?
We're arms crossed.
Oh. Then that's not a think. It's a fact. That's just what's gonna happen.
Overhaul's already played from stage. We played that note taking from stage. We can make this one lethal alone.
What do we do?
We have no way to find cards. It's.
I'm scanning the board for an out, and I'm just not.
If he has one left, I'm missing it because we got told to build one from hand. We committed our passing the torch. It got canceled. Our other passing got sealed. Is it that one card? Maybe there's one card off the playmat.
Yeah, so we make this lethal to force them to deal with it. And then the other one is for 9, 10, 11, 12. These are both for 12. Yeah, we have the one card.
Yeah, this is
and the partial. It's over.
Yeah. You pay for it. You take half. It sets it back to printed speed as well. We got to commit a bunch.
Yeah. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think that does it.
The uppercut is it. Uppercut plus 2 face downs plus 1 instance of prone plus the red riot. It's over.
It's over because we're taking half from this, right?
Yeah, both of these were for 12. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's all tied up until now. The handshake comes out. Holy cow. Liam Chawner is your EU national champion on the best deck in the room. Void Eraserhead.
I can't believe it. That's crazy. That's crazy for sure. I'd love to get to talk to both of these players about this match one-on-one. I'd love to know what Luke was thinking on the turn where we got the deadlock off, and I said we let him off the hook. Hey, amazingly well played to both of our players here, and congratulations to Liam Chawner on this Void Eraserhead deck. Luke already beat one of these, but fell to it in the finals, and Liam's gonna walk out with that golden rejuvenating smash. Both of these players are getting invites to Worlds, and I can't wait to see more out of these guys when we get to the world stage.
Agreed. Agreed, especially if this is the quality of gameplay that they're going to be representing, not just for their region, but for the game as a whole. Incredible, gentlemen, incredible. And I wish to be second. Congratulations to both of you.
For sure. I do believe we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get the boss, Levi Lalonde, back in here. He's in charge of us, and we're gonna wrap up this weekend. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.